everyone, it's Jennifer Stay from Coloring Pages Bliss, and I am so excited because the really nice folks at Sakura have sent me some beautiful little treasures from their Gelly Roll line, and they have sent me enough treasures that I can share some with you. And so at the end of this little video I will be telling you what you can do in order to receive this awesome little set of Gelly Roll pens that Sakura has sent us. Let's see, in the little kit they sent us a history of Gelly Roll, which is really cool because I was around for most of this. In my teenage years I remember seeing the Gelly Roll pens at school and being jealous of the kids that had them and that were using them for their homework and for sending notes to each other, and they were really cool. And my favorite back here was this little graphic that they show when each of the different new kinds of lines of gel pens came out. So that's a really cool thing that came in the kit. Also comes some information on each of the packages of the pens they sent us, which I really appreciate. I love that we get tons of information on each line, how to use them, what they're great for. They also sent us some really cute stickers that feature each of the products that they sell, or at least some of the products that they sell, and a really cool little pencil case for us to keep our gel pens in. So we'll be putting those in there as we go. And of course, the coolest part of all of this are the gel pens. They sent us two sets. We have here the metallics. There's 5 in this set, and oh boy do they look beautiful and delicious. And then here we have the Moonlight set. Now I have tried one of their metallics before, but I have never tried their Moonlight ones, so this is going to be new for me. And both of them, they say they're ice cream smooth. This metallic set got a little damaged in shipping, so I'm a little nervous about it, but the set that I'm going to be doing for the giveaway is pristine and beautiful, so don't worry about that. So hopefully this in here will be okay. And we'll be talking about all the different qualities of each set of inks. This one, for instance, says that it's archival ink and it writes on dark paper, and so it's pretty cool. Some of the gel pens I have, when you try to write on dark paper, they don't show off very good, so I'm really eager to see what these pens do. This one says it's a medium line pen, which is going to be really good for us for coloring, and so we'll see how it goes. That also in the descriptions that I read talks about how long each of these take to dry, so we'll see how they do for my favorite smear technique that I talk about in my other gel pen videos. This one here is a fine line set, and I know it also comes in a broad line set. I think that's what it was. I'll check here in a second. So the ones they sent me here is fine line, so we'll see how they act and if I feel like the fine line is a good line for coloring. So we'll see how that feels. And the Moonlight set, they say, has a paint-like effect and it writes also on dark paper, so that's cool. Because also sometimes we use the gel pen on top of things, like on top of a base layer of maybe some marker or highlighter, like in one of my other videos, and I'll even put them on top of colored pencils sometimes as a highlight, and if the color pencil is too dark, the gel pen doesn't show off. And so if these will go on top of dark paper, then this will open up a new way that we can use gel pens for our coloring, so that's pretty cool. So let's get right into this here. Let me clear off some space. So the metallic, the back of the package, it says it's creamy smooth ink that writes on matte or glossy surface. So I'm going to test it here on this information leaflet that they gave us. It suggests that you always test the product before you apply it. It's archival quality ink that is waterproof, chemical and fade resistant, bleed free, and pH neutral. And of course all their products, it seems, for the Gelly Roll line says that it's not evaluated for cosmetic use on skin. So let's check this out. Oh, 2 of the pens might be damaged here. Let's see. I think the barrel on the inside's okay though. Ooh, I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's get rid of the packaging. All right, I went ahead and I made a chart here so we can do some swatches and some smearing and all kinds of fun stuff. And according to their paperwork here, it's supposed to be that they don't feather as you use them. And of course here it says it doesn't smear once it's dry, and it does have a longer dry time than their other product. It says it takes about 1 minute to dry completely. So if you don't want it to smear, that means you're going to have to be extra careful when you're drawing with these. But as you guys know, I like a pen that has a good smear so I can blend and work with it. Now I also did some research on costs for you guys. Let's see, these come in 14 colors. This 5-color set on Amazon is anywhere from $5 to $13. It also comes, let's see, I found it in a 10-color set, and it was around $10. And by far the best on Amazon is if you find the Sakura Amazon store. They had the best deals. You can also get a pretty good deal on dickblick.com for about $12. So of course the prices are always fluctuating, so you want to watch for good deals. Okay, so this one here, it says on the pen Gelly Roll Metallic. These of course are made in Japan. I love the way that the gel pens feel. The Gelly Roll line in general has a nice feel, has sort of a matte finish on the barrel, and then the caps are a really nice color on these ones especially. We'll see if they match the color here. That's one of the good indicators of a good line of art supplies, is if they take the time to match the cap with the actual product in the inside. So this one they call their Sepia color. So let's see what this one looks like. I'm going to go ahead and hit fast forward and color in this square. So that's the Sepia, and it looks pretty. That's nice. Okay, and let's see how it draws out a line. Good, no skipping, no clumps came out as I went. And then I of course like to test and see how it smears. And we got a bit of a smear. Go on the top of it again. Okay, let's give it another test of a smear. So not a remarkable smear, but I think we could get a good blend with it. And overall it's going on really smooth. I haven't had to tap the pen once to get it going again, so I'm happy with that. Now let's see how it looks on black. Look at that. It's almost like it was born to be on black. It's beautiful. I'm going to write its name here. And I'm going to do a little blend out on the black. That's nice. Okay, so that's the Sepia pen. And as far as the matching up of the color, I'd say the cap is way darker than what the actual color is when it comes out. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the Burgundy, and this of course is the pen that got damaged in shipping, so hopefully it's going to work okay. The best way to hurt a pen is to drop it or to smack it around really hard, because it puts bubbles into that barrel on the inside. But like I said, I think it looks okay. I see some bubbles, but it's more up and away from the ink, so let's see if it's going to work. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to hit fast forward and fill this in. There's Burgundy, and it's a really pretty color. Let me move it in the light for you. A really pretty color. But it's not as dark as the cap either. Let's see how the line works. Good, and the smear. about the same. Okay, the only pen I had issues with was the black, and let me bring it up to the camera so you can see a little bit better. It had some consistency issues where the line was coming out in little splotches, and even towards the end. That's why I drew the swirly line. I was testing to see if once I got it really going, did it resolve itself, but it was having the problem again there at the end. So 1 out of the 5 was having an issue, but the others were all flowing really good. And like I said, it was really the star of the show is here on the black, but they almost lose their colors once they hit the black. You can see, you can almost hardly tell differences between the colors. In general though, the palette is really soft and lovely, very pastel, and the black is more of a silvery pewter gray color, so it's really soft all together and very lovely. And here it says on their form that you can also write onto like a paper with a shiny finish on it, and so I tested it here, and when you write on this paper, all the inks sort of have a bit of a hard time. They kind of, the tip of the pen pulls through the ink and kind of leaves a untidy line behind, but it did write on there. And let's see if I've left it long enough to dry. Not quite yet, so we'll leave it for just a bit longer to dry. Okay, then I also wanted to see what some of the color, what the pen would look like on some different colored paper. So I have a few different tones here. I thought I had a green. Yep, I do. It's just hiding. There we go. So let's just test here and see what these look like on a few of these other colors. So you can see that they do perform well on the dark, but like I said, we kind of lose their shades of color. But because of the metallic, they do still are very readable. And I think the camera is actually picking up the lettering better than they are in person, just so you know. All right, so let's go check out the other one. Let's see if these have dried. They're still not dry, so they do take a long time to dry here on a piece of paper with a finish. So our second set of pens that we get to test are these Moonlight pens. Okay, and these say they have an opaque, luminous gel ink with vivid, intense, opaque ink colors. They work like a paint pen on colored papers. You can use them on vellum and on photographs. It says to always test the product before applying. The red, rose, purple, green, and blue are archival quality ink, which is waterproof, chemical resistant, fade resistant, bleed free, quick drying, and pH neutral. Now there's also some fluorescent colors in this pack, and they are supposed to glow under black light. Very cool, very cool. So here we have the 5 on this side that are the fluorescent, and then these are the 5 on this side that you get your archival quality. So if you're doing anything in a journal or something that you want to keep for a long time, use these 5. And then these 5 would just be really fun for giving a really huge pop of color to something fun. So let's hit fast forward and break into this package now. Okay, so these ones also boast that they have no feathering, no bleed through on most papers. And like I said, these that they sent me are their fine line pens, but they also come in a bold that you can pick up, and that you shouldn't use them on your skin. They haven't been tested for that. And then they also said not to use them on fabric, probably because they'll wash off. They're not meant for that purpose as well. So let's see their paperwork. I went ahead and I looked up some pricing for you on Amazon. This set right here is also the best place for these. We're also on the Amazon Sakura store, and this set was around 10 bucks. And if you get it in the bold line, they were around 12 bucks for this color set. So I'm going to go ahead and hit fast forward, do a whole bunch of pretty little color swatches, and test them on the blacks, and we'll see how these stand up to my testing. Okay, overall I am very impressed by these pens. They're actually quite surprising to me, especially over here on the black, and I kept thinking how much fun these would be to do like Halloween cards or other kinds of cards using these pens. They are a little difficult to use for coloring as far as the fine point pens. I wish I had the bold point pens because the ink itself is really fun to use and it smears really nice. If I had the bold line, I think I could get even more ink down to get an even better smear. But when I'm coloring these swatches, it's a little frustrating because there's a lot of back and forth just because I am using the fine point pen. But the other thing that is impressive is how well the caps are matching each of the colors, and that's why I lined them up this way, because I wanted you to see just how good they did on matching these colors. On the metallics, they had a hard time with that. These were way too dark, the caps. But on this set here, they did a fantastic job matching those caps. So that's really good, Sakura. I really appreciate that. And then I wanted to try real quick. First of all, let's see how the metallics did now that it's dry. And you know, I think they're still not dry. They're a tiny bit wet, and that's been way more than 1 minute on those. Yep, they're still wet. So they have a really hard time, the metallics, drying on this kind of paper. So let's go ahead and test how this Moonlight line does on this kind of paper. Test. I'll just write test with one of the regular pens and one of the fluorescent, and we'll let it sit here and dry for a second while we test these pens on a few of these other colors. Sorry if you're picking up some of the sounds of the kids outside playing. They went out and they're bouncing a ball in my driveway, and those happy sounds are trailing up towards us, so at least they're happy sounds, right? So let's see how these pens do. The other thing I noticed, which is kind of fun, is when you first write the ink down, you get one look, but as they dry, the color comes out even brighter, and so it changes as it goes, which is neat. So I'll just do a couple here and see how they do on different colors. Ooh, that's neat. Somewhere in here I think I wrote Bliss in pink. That's really hard to see, which isn't surprising. We'll do one more with this yellow. I'm curious to see how the yellow will look. And they are holding their color up really well despite being on such dark colors, which is really fun. And I like a tool that is pretty. It makes me feel happy when I'm using it in my hand. And as you guys know, I'm all about the Bliss. And so I like a tool that makes me happy when I use it. So thank you for making such a pretty tool, Sakura. Okay, let's see how these guys are doing. Look, that's already dry. Okay, so if you're going to be writing on a paper that has a bit of a coating or a finish on it, then I would say these Moonlight pens are a really good idea. They dry faster and they're not going to smear, so this is a really good idea for you. Okay, so we have this set here that Sakura so generously has given to me to give to you guys, my followers. So you are getting in this set for our giveaway all of these beautiful pens that I just demonstrated. Look at that. I believe that's 15 Gelly Roll Sakura pens. And you won't have a broken one, so that's cool. You're also going to get this really cute little pencil bag, well, pen bag, we'll call it. Let's see if they all fit in there. Yep, all 15 of your pens are going to fit in that bag. You're also going to get the history of Gelly Roll, which is actually a really cool read. It tells you all about how the gel inside the pen works and everything. It's really quite a good read. And you're going to get information on both lines of pens, so you'll know how to use them and what best situations to use them in, and these really cute Sakura stickers with their different lines of pens and other products. Okay, so all you need to do is 4 little things to get this pack of amazing Gelly Roll products from Sakura. I need you to like this video. I need you to comment on this video. Tell me what you're going to use these gel pens for. Are you going to color with them? Are you going to journal with them? Just comment below. Third, I need you to subscribe to this channel. And fourth, I need you to share this video. It really helps my channel when this video gets shared around, because I get the attention of companies like Sakura and they'll send me more giveaways that I can send on to you guys. So 4 little things. I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. That's it. And I'll announce the winner here on my YouTube channel on October 4th, 2016. So I'll see you then. I hope you have a wonderful, blissful, colorful day. Bye-bye.